Hey everyone, and welcome back to Unfiltered Reflection. I'm your host, Passion, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something super important, the secret sauce for a healthy relationship. Ready to unlock it? Relationships, whether it's with your partner, a best friend, or even family, they're like gardens. They need tending, right? And the most important tool in that garden? Communication. Seriously, it's the foundation. Without good communication, things can get, well, thorny. So today, we're going to explore how communication can make or break a relationship, and I'm going to share some practical tips to help you build a stronger connection. Think about it. Communication is more than just talking. It's about sharing thoughts, feelings, dreams, and even those silly little things that make you, you. It's the glue that holds trust, empathy, and understanding together. Without it, misunderstandings, arguments, and a growing emotional distance can creep in. But with open, honest communication, you build a bond that can weather any storm. It's about creating deep emotional intimacy. Now, I want to start with a little story. I had a friend. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah was in a long-term relationship, and on the surface, everything looked perfect. They were always posting happy pictures, going on trips, and seemed incredibly compatible. But after a while, Sarah started to pull away. She became distant, withdrawn, and eventually, they broke up. When I asked her what happened, she told me that they had stopped communicating. Not in the literal sense, they still talked about their day, their plans, but they stopped sharing their inner worlds. They stopped talking about their fears, their dreams, their frustrations. They avoided difficult conversations, and over time, a wall built up between them. They were living separate lives, even though they were physically together. This is a really common problem, and it highlights just how crucial communication is. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it and what you're willing to share. So, how do we do it? How do we make sure our communication is healthy and strong? I've got 5 key strategies that I think can really make a difference. Let's jump in. First up, active listening. This is huge. It's not just about hearing the words your partner says. It's about really listening. Paying attention to their words, of course, but also their tone, their body language, everything. It means resisting the urge to interrupt or to think about what you're going to say next. Instead, really focus on understanding their perspective. Give them feedback. Let them know you're hearing them. It creates a safe space where they can share their thoughts and feelings. Active listening is more than just a passive activity. It's a conscious effort. Think about it like this. Imagine your partner is telling you about a difficult day at work. You might be tempted to immediately jump in with solutions or share your own similar experiences. But what they really need is for you to listen, to hear their frustrations, validate their feelings, and let them know you understand. Here are some practical tips for practicing active listening. Make eye contact. This shows you're engaged and present. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, and give your partner your full attention. Nod and use verbal affirmations. Small cues like nodding, saying, "Uh-huh, I see," or "that sounds tough," let your partner know you're following along. Paraphrase and summarize. After your partner has finished speaking, try summarizing what you heard. For example, "So, it sounds like you were really frustrated with the project deadline." This confirms that you understood their message and gives them a chance to clarify if necessary. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, ask questions that encourage your partner to elaborate. For example, instead of, "Did you have a bad day?" ask, "What was the most challenging part of your day?" Reflect on feelings. Try to identify and reflect on your partner's emotions. For example, "It sounds like you're feeling really stressed right now." This shows empathy and helps them feel understood. Avoid interrupting or offering solutions immediately. Let your partner finish their thoughts before jumping in with your own. Resist the urge to offer solutions until they've had a chance to fully express themselves. Sometimes people just need to be heard. Be present. Put away your phone and other distractions. The goal is to be fully present in the moment. Let's try a little exercise. Imagine your partner comes home and says, I had the worst day at work. My boss was really critical of my presentation. Now, think about how you might respond using active listening. Avoid the temptation to immediately tell them about your own day or offer advice. Instead, try responding with something like, "Wow, that sounds incredibly frustrating. Tell me more about what happened." Then, listen attentively, using the techniques we just discussed. Ask clarifying questions, paraphrase their feelings, and validate their experience. This is how you create a safe space for open communication. Number 2, be open and honest. No sugarcoating. Honesty is the bedrock of any good relationship. It's about being truthful about your feelings, your needs, and what you expect. Now, this doesn't mean you have to spill every single thought, but it does mean creating a space where you can both be your authentic selves, where you can share your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Remember, your partner isn't a mind reader. You have to express yourself clearly and assertively to avoid any misunderstandings. Openness and honesty aren't just about avoiding lies. It's about creating a climate of trust where you can both feel safe sharing your vulnerabilities. This means being willing to share your fears, your insecurities, and even your mistakes. It means being willing to have difficult conversations, even when you know they might be uncomfortable. But how do you become more open and honest? It's a process, and it takes courage. Here are some things to consider. Self-reflection. Before you can be truly honest with your partner, you need to be honest with yourself. Take some time to reflect on your own feelings, needs, and desires. What are you truly looking for in the relationship? What are your expectations? What are your boundaries? Start small. Don't try to overhaul your communication overnight. Start by sharing small, manageable things. For example, if you're feeling stressed, tell your partner. If you're having a good day, share that too. Be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the cornerstone of intimacy. It means being willing to show your true self, even the parts you might feel are imperfect or flawed. This can be scary, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Choose the right time and place. Don't ambush your partner with difficult conversations. Choose a time when you both have time and energy to focus. Find a quiet, private place where you won't be interrupted. Use I statements. We'll get to that in a moment. This will help you express your feelings without sounding accusatory. Be patient. Building trust takes time. Don't expect your partner to immediately respond perfectly to your openness. Give them time to process and respond in their own way. Practice empathy. Try to understand your partner's perspective. How might they be feeling about what you're sharing? How might they react? Let's go back to our story about Sarah. One of the things she realized was that she had been avoiding difficult conversations with her partner. She was afraid of conflict, so she would often just bottle up her feelings. This led to resentment and eventually to the breakdown of their relationship. If she had been more open and honest from the start, they might have been able to work through their issues and stay together. It's a tough lesson, but a valuable one. Number 3, use I statements. This is a game changer for arguments. Instead of saying, "You always do this," try phrasing things from your perspective. For example, instead of "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when I try to talk about important issues." See the difference? It shifts the focus to your experience and feelings, which helps prevent defensiveness and promotes empathy. It's a much more constructive way to communicate. I statements are a powerful tool for expressing your needs and feelings without blaming or accusing your partner. They help you take responsibility for your own emotions and avoid putting your partner on the defensive. This is a critical skill in conflict resolution. Here's the basic structure of an I statement. I feel. Name your emotion. Be specific. Sad, angry, frustrated, hurt, etc. When. Describe the specific behavior or situation that triggered your feeling. Because. Explain why that behavior or situation is affecting you. What need is not being met? What value is being violated? Let's look at some examples. Instead of, "You're always late," accusatory blaming, try, "I feel frustrated when you're late because it makes me feel like my time isn't respected." Instead of, "You never help around the house," try, I feel overwhelmed when I have to do all the chores myself because I need help to feel like we're a team. Instead of, you're so insensitive, accusatory blaming. Try, I feel hurt when you make those comments because I need to feel supported and understood. Notice how these I statements focus on your own feelings and needs without attacking or blaming your partner. This makes it much more likely that your partner will be receptive to your message. Stop. Let's do another exercise. Imagine your partner forgot to call you when they said they would. How could you use an I statement to express your feelings? Take a moment to think about it. Consider the following. What feeling are you experiencing? What specific behavior triggered that feeling? Why does that behavior affect you? Here's an example. I feel disappointed when you don't call when you say you will because I value our time together and I like to know that I can count on you. See how it's much more constructive than saying you're so inconsiderate. Number 4, manage conflict constructively. Conflict is inevitable. We're all different people with different opinions, and that's okay. The key is how you handle it. Don't avoid it. Don't let it escalate. See it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Stay focused on the issue at hand. Avoid personal attacks. That's a big one. And be willing to compromise. Remember, you can disagree respectfully and still find common ground. Conflict, if handled well, can actually be a good thing in a relationship. It can help you identify and address issues that need attention, and it can strengthen your bond by showing that you're willing to work through challenges together. Avoiding conflict, on the other hand, can lead to resentment and a gradual erosion of the relationship. Here are some strategies for managing conflict constructively. Choose the right time and place. Don't try to resolve a conflict when you're tired, stressed, or in public. Choose a time when you can both focus and have privacy. Stay calm. Easier said than done, I know, but try to remain calm and avoid raising your voice or using accusatory language. Take a break if you need to. Focus on the issue, not the person. Avoid personal attacks, name-calling, and bringing up past grievances. Stick to the specific issue at hand. Use I statements. Again, this is crucial for preventing defensiveness. Listen actively. Pay attention to your partner's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Try to understand their point of view. Acknowledge your partner's feelings. Let your partner know that you understand how they're feeling, even if you don't agree with their perspective. Look for common ground. What do you both agree on? What are your shared goals? Find areas where you can compromise. Be willing to compromise. Conflict resolution often involves finding a middle ground. Be willing to give and take. Don't try to win. The goal isn't to prove you're right. It's to find a solution that works for both of you. Take breaks when needed. If things get too heated, take a break and revisit the conversation later. Agree on a time to come back to it. Learn to apologize. If you've made a mistake, apologize sincerely. It can go a long way toward resolving conflict. Forgive. Holding on to grudges will only poison your relationship. Let go of the past and move forward. Let's go back to Sarah's story for a moment. One of the things she and her partner struggled with was conflict resolution. They would often get into heated arguments and say things they didn't mean. They would shut down and stop talking, and the issues would never get resolved. This created a lot of tension and ultimately contributed to their breakup. If they had learned to manage conflict constructively, they might have been able to navigate their challenges more effectively. Let's say you're arguing with your partner about money. You feel like they're spending too much, and it's causing you stress. How can you approach this conflict constructively? First, choose a good time to talk. Don't bring it up when you're already stressed or tired. Find a quiet moment when you can both focus. Next, use I statements. Instead of saying, you're irresponsible with money, try something like, I feel anxious when I see our bank account getting low because I value financial security. Listen to your partner's perspective. They might have their own reasons for their spending habits. Try to understand where they're coming from. Look for common ground. Maybe you both agree that you want to save money for a down payment on a house. Be willing to compromise. Maybe you can agree to set a budget or to have a weekly money check-in. Remember, the goal is to find a solution that works for both of you, not to win the argument. And finally, number 5, foster emotional intimacy. This is about building a deep connection. It's when you share your innermost thoughts, feelings, and experiences, creating a safe space where both partners feel supported and understood. Share your dreams, your fears, your aspirations. Encourage your partner to do the same. This level of vulnerability and trust is truly transformative. It builds a lasting and fulfilling connection. Emotional intimacy goes beyond physical intimacy. It's about feeling truly seen and known by your partner. It's about feeling safe to be vulnerable, to share your deepest fears and your wildest dreams. It's about knowing that you can be yourself, flaws and all, and still be loved and accepted. How do you foster emotional intimacy? Be vulnerable. This is the foundation. Share your feelings, your fears, your insecurities, and your dreams. Be present. Put away your phone and other distractions. Give your partner your full attention. Listen actively. Show genuine interest in your partner's thoughts and feelings. Show empathy. Try to understand your partner's perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. Be supportive. Offer encouragement and support, especially during difficult times. Share your dreams and aspirations. Talk about what you want to achieve in life, both individually and as a couple. Create shared experiences. Do things together that you both enjoy. This could be anything from going on a hike to watching a movie to volunteering for a cause you care about. Express affection. Show your partner that you care about them through words, actions, and physical touch. Be patient. Building emotional intimacy takes time. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Emotional intimacy is not about constant togetherness. It's about building a safe space where both of you can be your true selves. This means being open to sharing your experiences, both the good and the bad. Let's imagine a scenario. You've had a tough day at work, and you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Instead of shutting down and withdrawing, try sharing your feelings with your partner. Use I statements. I feel really stressed and overwhelmed right now because I had a difficult project today. I need some time to unwind. Your partner, in turn, can offer support and understanding. I'm so sorry to hear that. What can I do to help? Do you want to talk about it or just relax? This is the kind of exchange that builds emotional intimacy. It's about creating a safe space where you can both share your vulnerabilities and support each other through life's challenges. Now, just to bring this all home, I want to circle back to Sarah's story. One of the key reasons their relationship failed was a lack of emotional intimacy. They had stopped sharing their inner worlds, and they had become strangers to each other. They weren't vulnerable with each other, and they weren't supporting each other. Building emotional intimacy is about creating a safe space where you can be your true self. So to recap, communication is the key. Active listening, open and honest communication, using I statements, managing conflict constructively, and fostering emotional intimacy. These are the ingredients for a healthy relationship recipe. It's about investing in your communication skills and watching your relationship grow and thrive. Before we go, I want to offer one final thought. Building healthy communication takes work. It takes effort. It takes commitment. But the rewards are immeasurable. A strong, healthy relationship is one of the greatest gifts in life. I also want to offer this. Remember, building good communication isn't about being perfect. No one is perfect. It's about being willing to learn, to grow, and to keep trying. It's about being willing to apologize when you mess up and to forgive when your partner does. It's a journey, not a destination, and it's a journey well worth taking. Thanks for tuning in to Unfiltered Reflection. If you'd like to dive deeper into nurturing meaningful relationships, head over to our blog at Deszicakes.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more relationship insights. Until next time, stay connected, keep nurturing those relationships, and keep communicating.